your account shut down and taken away from you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. That's what this video is about. And I was just on YouTube Live and it shut off on me, so I'm back. So if you are placing Facebook ads as a local service or business owner, watch this video. And if you are thinking about spending money on Facebook ads to boost posts, watch this video. I am not a Facebook ads expert, so I am only going to speak in a limited way, but this is extremely important. I'm on the phone with my buddy William, the guy with the big blonde beard. If you've seen him in my videos, he's the tree guy. Just yesterday morning, because I got one of my Facebook ads accounts shut down for policy violation. Am I a criminal? What did I do wrong? I violated Facebook ad policy, and I got my account shut down. Bad, Keith. Bad, Keith. So I'm on the phone with my friend. Well, I don't want to say his business, but basically, when you get your account shut down, you become one of the thousands of people per day who are getting their accounts shut down, and they have no clue why. They don't even know what they did wrong. They were just trying to boost a post, and now their entire Facebook screen is red out with red lettering. And it says your account has been shut down and all your ads have been paused for Facebook policy violation, and there's nothing you can do. There's one little button that says contact us if you want to appeal it. And you might be thinking, well, this doesn't apply to me because I've never had my account shut down. I'm doing fine. Yeah. So here's how it happens. Imagine if you were driving in your car and all of a sudden a cop is flashing his lights and pulls you over and runs up and puts, nothing against police. I like police. I'm just saying he runs out with his weapon drawn and pulls you out of the car and throws you on the ground and puts you in handcuffs and puts you in the back of the cop car, and they tow your car away and you get fined like $2,000, and you don't even know what you did wrong. What? And they don't even tell you what you did wrong. You just know that your car got taken away. You're never going to get it back, and you're screwed. And you have no idea. They don't tell you what you did wrong. They never tell you, and you can never ever get your car back. And you tell somebody about it, and they say, well, I drive all the time. I'm not doing anything wrong. And then a week later, that happens to them, and you're like, welcome to the club. So watch out. Watch out. This is what Facebook is like. Okay, so who am I to talk about this? I'm not a Facebook ads expert, but I've taken 12 Facebook ads courses. So I have about 40 hours of time invested. I'm talking, I spent a week and a half straight nonstop from morning until night, till 4, 5, 6 in the morning, studying all of Facebook ads policies. I'm certified in Facebook ads for Facebook for video, for audience retargeting, and something else. I have 3 Facebook certifications. I've read 2 books on Facebook ads, and I have probably another 20 plus hours in studying Facebook ads, and I spend several $100s a month on Facebook ads, and I have something like 30 different ads running of all different audiences, targeting different demographics, the pixels installed, and still I don't know shit about Facebook. I suck at Facebook ads because the experts that are doing this are people that are doing this like 40 hours a week. Facebook ads is a full-time job. So if anybody says they know anything about Facebook ads, question it. So I'm not saying I know anything. Now I've got all that out of the way. You can get your entire Facebook ads account shut down and you don't even know what you did wrong. So here's some of the things to look out for. If you're making any claims on your Facebook ad, if you're talking about, I may be wrong, I'm just guessing, anything that violates FTC laws, which is the Federal Trade Commission, or Facebook policy. If you're talking about money, you're making any bold claims, you're talking about like anything dollar signs or percentages. I said I may be wrong. anything that's wishy-washy or looks like it could be scammy or trying to dissuade people, anything that's not aligned with your brand and the way that you already talk and the branding of your page and your whole vision of what you're already doing. If it's something completely left field, boom, you could get your whole account shut down and you don't even know why. If your clickable link, if you put a link in your Facebook ad to send people to your website, to buy your landscaping, your tree service, or your window cleaning, if that link is a forwarded URL from like a GoDaddy link and you forward it, you get your entire account shut down and never taken. If you have an affiliate link leading to anything that's affiliate, you get your entire account shut down. Now Facebook's bots, their algorithm, their bots goes and looks at the web page you're sending them to. So if you're sending people off of Facebook and your ad to your web page, if all the copy and everything on your web page isn't totally like legit to their policy as well, you can get your entire account shut down. I don't know how it is with service business websites, but I'm pretty sure, and I would do this anyways to FTC laws, you want to have a terms of use. It's a clickable hyperlink that hyperlink lists at the bottom of your website. It's terms of use. When they click it, it's all the policy in terms of use of your website. Look it up. The next thing is a privacy policy. You have to have a privacy policy on the bottom of your website. It says that if there's an email opt-in, put a traffic logger on your website. Dan Fry, you sound really smart, like you know what you're talking about. Absolutely. Lots of red tape. A privacy policy that you must have on your website that says you will not sell or distribute the data that you collect from people, especially coming from Facebook. Also, if on your landing page or your website says that this is not associated with Facebook. Facebook doesn't own your website. Facebook with a capital F on Facebook is, I know this is like, it might be over some of your heads, but is a trademark of Facebook and has nothing to do with you. So it makes it very clear to people that they're being taken off of Facebook onto your website, and the privacy policy is you will not distribute or sell their information in any way, shape, or form. And then also you have to have like your business name and address and everything and your contact information all on your website, so it's fully legitimized. If there's anything that could be not scammy or wishy-washy or misleading, they could shut down your entire account. If you put a link in the ad and then you have like a learn more or a book now button to book your services, and that link doesn't match that, they're two different links and they're not perfectly identical, like with HTTPS, which is a secured site, which you should have if you collect any type of information on your site. CP, credit card purchasing policy, PCI compliant. So your website has to be a secured site that's PCI compliant. It's so much shit. I'm just saying, look into this so you don't get your account shut down. I think you would have to spend at least 10 hours researching all this. You can look up a guy named Jason Hornung. Remember his name? He's like a Facebook ads expert. There's a guy on YouTube. He gives away a bunch of free information called Miles Beckler. He teaches you how to place Facebook ads. And then if by any chance you do get your Facebook site, ad account shut down, don't contact them and appeal them with them in an emotional way, trying to be like, what the heck, you shut my account down. Do not do that. Wait till all the emotion is gone, and then create an entire case for yourself. I'm trying to make this video and there's comments coming up. Sorry. Okay, my phone's ringing off the hook here. Before you appeal, if you do get your account shut down, you have to create an entire case with all the facts. Like you have to be like an attorney and send this to them and just wait. It could take up to a month to get your for them to even look at it, and even after that, they might not even. The hell is this? They might not even turn your account back on. So check all this out. Man, YouTube Live is hard with the comments popping up. How do I? I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. So yeah, I've had my Facebook ads account shut down twice now, and I think, oh yeah, if you put an image in your Facebook ads and there's over 20% text on the image, they can shut down your whole account because you have too much text on an image. So you can go into Facebook Blueprint. Look it up on Google, Facebook Blueprint, and they have an entire free course, multiple courses on Facebook ads that'll teach you what to do. It takes you through all their policy and how to place ads, video ads, carousel ads, image ads, from the campaign to the ad set all the way down to the ad level to spending money. If your credit card information on Facebook ads and the zip code attached to it doesn't match your actual like business address, it all has to be lined up the same. They could shut down your entire ad account. There's a bunch of red tape. So it's every different platform has its own policies and rules. It's just like if you're in a different country or if you're in a different state, you could be breaking all these rules and you're not even aware of it. Just like the Google Ads platform, you can get your entire ads account shut down if you're doing something that you're not even aware that you're doing. So yeah, I'm trying to block this now. This has never happened. I'll have to block it in a little bit, but I'm at Best Buy right now looking at getting a Microsoft Surface laptop because I had this badass Alienware laptop that weighs literally like, this has got to weigh 20 pounds, and it has an internal upgraded like GTX 970 graphics card. Badass laptop, but it's totally not practical. I can't put it on my center console, it's too big. It won't plug into the outlet in my truck because the graphics card sucks so much power. So I'm really looking at this badass Microsoft Surface laptop, and I bought a mobile printer for my business by Epsom, so I can print out a detailed itemized descriptive quote for the customer with our insurance policy and everything that they need to know printed on the spot from the truck. I bought an old mobile printer back in the day. It was like this HP Office Jet, and the thing was a piece of shit, and it drove me insane. It took like 10 minutes just to get it working. So hopefully these new ones, oh, thank you. So I think that's really cool if you can keep a printer under your seat and a clipboard with fresh, white, clean paper and print out 2 copies, one for you, one for the customer, and then maybe a little stapler or something, and you say, you know, here's your printed estimate, fully detailed, and here's the our insurance policy. You're in good hands. I'm really looking at this because the ROI in the Joshua Latimer Sales and Marketing Super Course, Brandon Vaughn was showing how he has like these amazing like folders with like a trifold brochure, and it's very professional presentation that he gives to the customer. And wow! And he said that their sales, their closing rate went up something like 7% because of just that one thing, because they test everything in their business. So when he measured that against the amount of money that's coming into his business, even though that's different from your business or my business, but 7% is a lot just to have a professional presentation. So I'm really looking into those little tiny things that create a customer experience. So have you ever used door hangers? Yes. And I don't want to use them ever again. I have a bunch of them left over that I'm probably just going to throw in the garbage. A shitty thing about door hangers is that you got to go pass them all out that day, because if you leave them in your truck and the sun beats, all the ink will get hot and they'll stick together, and you will literally destroy all your door hangers, postcards, whatever, and you'll peel them apart. You'll be like, ah, damn it. And then it costs so much time. If you're paying a laborer and yourself to run around passing out door hangers, that's time that you could be spending on a job making money. So I really think that the radius bomb thing is the best thing possible for postcards. You literally go on sendjim.com and you circle around a subdivision and you spend like $300, $400, $500, the postcards just show up at their houses. So while you're working, postcards are showing up on people's doorsteps. Now I could say like kind of like how's sales going so far this year? Good. The phone's ringing a lot, and I'm raising my prices to the point where I'm almost kind of nervous that I won't close anybody and I won't get any work. And some people in the comments in my last video had a good point. Like, of course you're not going to be able to charge a lot of money doing property maintenance. Who's going to pay $3,000-$4,000 for some property maintenance, dog? So I want to really find the sweet spot. And somebody said, I think it was a customer, unless somebody was playing a prank on me, like, hey, I was going to be your would-be customer, but I saw this video and I don't want to be your customer. I'm like, well, I don't know if that matters to me. Don't you want your customers? You want customers who want you to be successful. You want customers that you can be honest with. If you made a YouTube video talking about how you want to, like, you know, be successful and your customer saw the video, I don't know. I'm sick of the whole, like, poverty mindset thing, you know? Sell the benefits, not the price. Please. Working your ass off in the rain. Yeah, it's freezing in Michigan right now. How did I get all my customers? Craigslist ads. I was posting 12 Craigslist ads a day on 4 different accounts, 3, 6, 9, and 12. And then I had a fat stack of business cards everywhere I went. If I was at the gas pump, shoving business cards in the little tiny glass thing. Every single restaurant I went to, I took a fan of business cards and I put them out by the front doors, like on the window ledge, business cards. If I saw newspapers, I was business cards. If I went to the nursery to buy plants and there's all these like home and garden type magazines and stuff and newspapers, I was shoving my business cards in all of them. I was also doing 5 rounds, so I had door hangers and business cards, and every time we did a job anywhere in any neighborhood, I would go and we would run up and down the street and pass out business cards and flyers of all the neighbors. If I ever saw a neighbor who, like, their property was overgrown and we were working, a lady could be walking her dog, and I never let a neighbor get by me. I would put down the shrub trimmers and run up to the neighbor and give him a business card and introduce myself. If a neighbor's coming in and out of their garage, I would literally run up to them and introduce myself and give them a business card. Every single customer that I have, like over 4,000 contacts in my phone, I get the name, contact information, and email address of every single customer, even if we do work for them or not, if they even wanted a quote. And then I got a free account on MailChimp.com, and I have a list that you import the CSV, the Google contact file, and upload it into MailChimp. And then now you have, 1, 2, 3, 4,000 contacts, and you create a newsletter. And now every single month, I do it quarterly based on the season, spring, summer, fall, and send out a newsletter to 1,000, 2,000 people providing your services with a coupon, and it shows up in their email. You're doing email marketing for free. It costs a lot of money or time to acquire a customer, but once you got them, all the money in your business is remarketing the same service or new services to your existing customers and then getting referrals from them. Every single customer that we do work for, I look them dead in the eyes and say, our business survives and thrives off of positive reviews, specifically on Google. Do you have a Gmail account? If I text you and email you, and I have a pre-written script in my phone with links to our Google positive review site, will you please leave a well-worded positive review about our services, an honest review? Yes, absolutely. And then if they don't, I follow up with them a couple times. Hey, what about that review? What about that review? So I send them the link, they go, and then they leave reviews. Also, if you get on like Angie's List and you pay them, get a bunch of positive reviews from them. Get on Yelp, get positive reviews in Yelp. If you have, obviously, Facebook, which you have to have all this stuff, get as many positive reviews as possible, and because it's social proof. Social proof is if you're driving down a road at night and you're hungry in a strange town and you want to eat at a diner, a restaurant. This is like marketing 101 type shit, but and you see one diner that's open and there's only one car in the parking lot. But right across the street there's another diner that's open and it's packed. The parking lot's packed and there's a bunch of people inside. Which one are you going to go to? You're going to go to the one that people are already at because, well, those people must know something if they're all going there. There's a reason they're not going to the diner with only one car, because maybe the food's bad. But if everybody's there, it's called social proof. It's the chimpanzee part of our brain. So when people go on the internet, and they're looking for service and they see a bunch of positive reviews, they don't know if somebody's going to show up like in a rusty car and come out like smelling like alcohol with their pants hanging off their ass. I'm just making this up. Be like, what up now? But if there's a bunch of positive reviews and a nice website and like pictures of your work, they're going to be like, okay, that is social proof. They're probably going to call you because they feel comfortable. So it's just simple shit like that. There's an amazing book. There's a bunch of books on this shit. I've never tried I did try Thumbtack once or twice, but it was too much stuff. I'm looking at the sale begins when the customer says no. I need a high ticket item like koi ponds. Check out Stan Genetics' video on this. The ROI and margin is crazy on those ponds. Absolutely. Look up Greg Whitstock and Aquascape. Yeah, so here's the pond thing. God, to get into ponds is easy to say. I don't have any passion or interest in getting into ponds, aside from it makes a lot of money. So I was part of a pond install at Logan Paul's house back in December with the Aquascape group, and Stan Genetic was there. And I didn't do any of the work, but I documented it, and I should just put the video out soon. I was there, like in a pond, watching these guys build it, and the amount of complexity and the amount of shit you have to learn, and then with putting the fish in and making sure everything's right so the fish don't die, it's an entire profession in and of itself. So my question is, do you want to get into something that takes that amount of time and energy and putting your heart and your life and your study and going to Aquascape University just because you can make good money at it? Maybe yes. Maybe if you're really passionate about your business, yeah. So I think that the koi fish in the ponds is amazing. The things that I saw and what the Greg Whitstock has created is mind-blowing. And he's also created opportunities for hundreds and hundreds of people, and he has this YouTube channel that's incredibly entertaining. So this guy's revolutionized and created like the pond industry, and I felt so fortunate that I got invited to go to LA with him and Blake Albertson, B&B Lawn Care, and Stan Genetic, and we went there to Logan Paul's house and saw all that and got to be part of that. But when it came to actually installing, I know I'm getting into detail here, but when I saw it with my own eyes, I was like, whoa, this is deep and this is complex. So I'm into like the what is your life's deepest purpose thing. Logan Paul. What's Kajabi? Oh, okay. Kajabi, I'm a Kajabi hero. So I'm on their website. Kajabi is kind of like ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson. It's just like that. It's a website information commerce platform that allows you to build your website, your opt-in pages, your landing pages. You can build email marketing platforms. It's an entire website with internet marketing. It's the baddest thing ever. It's literally like the Bugatti Veyron of internet marketing, and you pay monthly to get in it. Like mine is it's $800 a month, but I got in at the founder level, and I run all my websites off of this. So I'm a Kajabi hero. They sent me this shirt and a hat, and they interviewed me because I passed last year like $10,000 in sales on their platform. So they put me like on their website and wrote an article about me. So I love this company. It's amazing. Now you can get in for $100 a month, their basic level, which is, it's like $1,050 a year, and it's incredible. Like, I'll show you this new, if you, yeah, they're genius. Kenny and Travis from Kajabi. Brendan Burchard, the guy that I went to in Phoenix, Arizona, he uses them. He's invested in their company. Stanley Genetic, their entire Dirt Monkey University is ran on Kajabi. If you've ever been in Dirt Monkey University and you see like how cool and how easy it is to navigate, it's all built on the Kajabi platform. I'm going to show you my window cleaning website right now and show you how, here you go. Check this out. Okay, this is dope. This is dope. Okay, so here is the website that I just built for my landscaping and window cleaning business. Okay, so, oh, here we are. So what service are you looking for? Window cleaning services or landscaping services? We're a 5-star Google review, blah, blah, blah. So when you click on window cleaning, and this is in my Google tool too, so you need your windows clean. And then here is, click here to book us now. Here's the packages that we offer. $249, $349, $449, $549. Here's our positive reviews, real reviews and testimonials from real clients. And you go down, here's snapshots of all of our Google reviews, building our authority in the marketplace. And here's more reviews. And then there's another call to action, which is click here to book our window cleaning services now. And then here's pictures of us cleaning windows, 100% satisfaction guarantee. Here's our YouTube video for search engine optimization local of my window cleaning channel on YouTube of me selling window cleaning to my local residents. Our Facebook, our social media profiles, and then link to Google Maps, to Yelp, to Angie's List, to Facebook business page. And here's our packages again with calls to action so they can click specifically to what they're looking for. With our internet TV commercial, and then all here is all of our social media platforms, including my WordPress window cleaning blog. By doing all this social media marketing, I become the first page of Google in my city for both landscaping and window cleaning. And what gross profit margin am I getting on my landscaping and lawn care? Gross, I try to stay in a 50% gross profit margin, but net profit is like 28%. And I don't know, I've heard that's better than average. We're like 28%. And if I were to grow my business, my profit margins would probably just keep going down, down, down. So I'm trapped in my business. I'm trapped and frustrated. But I've been able to take my marketing and advertising budget from about $7,000 a year all the way down to like, I don't know what I spend, $1,500 a year, because of all the search engine optimization and starting a blog on WordPress and about window cleaning and paying an article writer to make us first page of Google and the highest reviewed and rated company in my city. What's your overall market share in your local industry market? I don't understand what that means, because have I done sod installs? Yeah, I effing hate doing sod. It sucks. That's why I charge a lot for it, and I only do it if I'm getting paid really well and we can rent out a machine and have like this sod delivery pallet guy drop it right where I want it and have a machine do like everything. It's because I don't have the guys to do it. Window cleaning costs for offices and restaurants, I try to do $7 per window. That's $3.50 per paint in and out. So like a restaurant that I used to do for like $20 is now like 70 or 80. I don't even want to do a window cleaning job for under $199. I can't even afford to touch it. But you can do high volume if you got a bunch of them and make really good money. Have you ever thought about franchising? Yes and no. Thought of trying to franchise. I mean, I haven't even figured out how to systematize my own business, so I'm not even qualified to franchise. In the 586, who's doing ponds right now? Oh, Jeff Michaels, Pondering Waters. This guy is he's a local pond guy. He's an aquascape contractor, and this guy's awesome. He's our, what's up, Mr. Window Cleaning Anthony? It's time to train and hire VPs and supervisors. Absolutely agree with you. I don't make enough money in my business to train and hire VPs and supervisors. I'm raising the prices right now so I can afford to expand the business, but I'm not getting the work because it's such a low barrier to entry business that anybody can do it, that the customers, might be my own head trash, but what I'm seeing in reality, the data is telling me that it's not something that's like a super high profession where I can charge enough to make enough money to start delegating. And I don't want to delegate only if I'm doing it fully legitimately. HVAC business is doing well. Yeah. And the reason my profit margin, I guess you're saying, is so high is because not only am I selling all the work and I'm being the secretary and I'm being the bookkeeper, I'm also performing the work as well. So that's why my profit margin is higher, because I'm Mr. Do-It-All. So you'll run around in circles until you burn out. Intern time. Oh, that's pretty smart, an intern. Yeah, you know Pondering Waters. That guy's an amazing guy. I did a video about him. I interviewed him. He has the big pond in his backyard. Brilliant guy. When am I going to get more crews? As soon as I can get the business to a point where the profit margin's high enough to actually fund the money. Because when I started expanding back in the day, I had a guy driving a piece of shit truck. It was like the truck was falling apart, and I was trying to pay them and pay to keep the truck. Was constantly in the shop, and the fucking brakes blew up in the truck because it was an old piece of shit truck while he was driving it. I mean, he was like smashing on the brakes and speeding and hitting, and the guy like rear-ended a cop when he was an off-duty cop, and it cost me a substantial amount of money, and I almost got in trouble. So I realized if you're going to expand and have crews, you have to have them in like really nice, up-to-date, high-quality vehicles that have good motors and transmissions and brakes and all working lights and DOT numbers and properly insured. Because if you're putting them in, you know what I'm saying? Like I get really freaked out talking about this stuff because I've been thinking about something recently. When you get in trouble in life is when you're like trying to like shortcut things and sneak shit in. That's when shit happens. And I've learned my lesson, and I don't want to do that anymore. It's kind of like you're rushing and you're texting while you're driving and you're talking to customers and like, what the fuck? If you're in a business, now I actually pull over, while I pull over, and I take down all the customers' information, because if I cause a car accident because I'm rushing, then it's my fault. And now I'm putting other people at risk because I'm trying to take down a customer's contact information while I'm driving. Like, that's insane, right? So I think it's really about assessing. Here's the thing that I've been thinking about lately. Thank you so much, Chris Croy. How much money are you making right now per week? Okay. Imagine if you made an extra $3,000 to $5,000 per week with the current amount of work you're already doing. So you work 50 hours a week. Let's say you make $1,000 a week. Now let's say all of a sudden you're making $5,000 a week. You're making an extra $16,000 a month profit, and you're still only working 50 hours a week. You just happen to be doing something or selling high-ticket items or doing something that makes you way more money. So let's say you're making $20,000 a month profit. So if at a 20% profit margin, you're doing $100,000 a month in business. Only working 50 hours per week. What would you do? Well, I know what I would do if I was making that much fucking money. Fuck. Dude, I would go get a nice ass office. I would go get like a secretary for $17 an hour on full workers' comp and benefits and payroll taxes and all that shit, you know? And then I would train him or her to start answering the phones and train all about the website and customer service. Then I would hire a bookkeeper to manage all my books. Shit. I'd go out and I'd fucking finance a brand new truck, a dump truck. I'd get a nice trailer. I'd probably go get a chipper and a tree truck. I'd hop on Radius Bomb, send Jim. I'd drop $1,000 on a subdivision and I would fly it repeatedly. Then I'd buy into like the best service monster version of the software. I would fully automate it, made it, and hire. You get what I'm saying? Like, why would you do all that? Because you have the money. I would get out of this old piece of shit 99 truck with like 300,000 miles on your truck. You would just sell it on Craigslist for $500. Go straight to the dealership and buy a brand new F-250. Sign your name. $1,000 a month. Doesn't matter. Why? And then like in 3 months, you would have all this shit. You'd have people working. It'd all be fucking working. You'd hire a guy for like $25 an hour who'd be like like the baddest crew leader that you've vetted out and you've interviewed, and like a really good crew leader to run your crew while you're working on building the next crew. Why would you do all that? Because you're making the money. Like, I'm at Best Buy right now, okay? I'm in the parking lot of Best Buy, and I'm about to go drop, I don't know, $1,100 on a brand new Microsoft Surface laptop. I already have a laptop. Why would I do that? Because I have the money. I'm in a brand new truck right now. It's a 2017 F-150. I have 2 cell phones. I live in a nice condo. I have food in the fridge. How am I doing that? How do I have I have like, what is this? Like a $1,200 or $1,300 Canon 80D? I used to dream of having a camera like this. Why do I have this fucking camera? Because I can afford it. So all I'm talking about is because, no, I'm not making a shitload of money at all. What I'm saying is that we live within our means of what we can afford. What I'm saying, there's a saying that I love. It's called, you will do the work of a millionaire, whether you become one or not. You will do the work of a millionaire, whether you become one or not. I've been really thinking about this, and I want to make an entire YouTube video about this. If somebody worked at like a $9 an hour job, let's just say, no offense against it, I'm just using it as an example. They work at a fast food restaurant and they make $9 an hour or $10 an hour. And they're very frustrated coming to you all the time, and you own a business and you do like $100,000 a year, right? Build $1 million business. Exactly. Joe Kowalski says, build an elevator and ride it to the top. Think about that. So if somebody makes $10 an hour and you own a business and you probably average $30 an hour, right? And they're coming to you and they're so frustrated because they're not making any more money. And they're like, I'm working so hard at this fast food job. I'm busting my ass. I'm on time every day. And all I got was a 50-cent raise. It's not even enough to like keep my cell phone on. 50-cent raise. I can go out to eat once a month. I'm broke. And you're saying to them, you're like, maybe you should try to like become like the entire store manager or the general manager of that corporation. But they're like, yeah, but I'm trying my hardest. I'm making the burgers and I'm dipping the fries and I'm excellent at customer service. And they're so frustrated. And you're like, yeah, but you're working at a fast food restaurant. Why are you, don't you see that? And they say, yeah, I know I'm working at a fast food restaurant, but I'm trying my hardest. I'm giving everything that I can. And I worked for another year and I only got another 50-cent raise. And they even made me assistant manager. And now I have like 4 people underneath me and I'm now making $12 an hour. I'm like, yeah, but you're still struggling because we're playing different games. I'm making $100,000 a year because I'm doing this. You're stuck at that. I'm so vulnerable right now. So, and they just keep getting more and more frustrated. And you can clearly see that they're playing a losing game. But they can't see it. They're like inside of like this weird like veil and they can't see it. But you can see it. And then one day they're like, oh my God, it doesn't matter how hard I try. I'm playing a losing game. You're never, ever, ever going to get rich or whatever you want working there. It's just a stepping stone. I think the biggest thing for me is what I built the whole YouTube channel on, is about having the conscious transformation of going from being stuck in a dead-end job, pulling your hair out, to actually pulling the trigger and going out and starting your own small business. It's like the E-Myth by Michael Gerber. But then you get trapped as a small business owner in owning a job, and only through systems and protocols can you grow it. But you can't grow it unless there's enough money to grow it. It's like a Fibonacci sequence. Okay, I'm going to get off here. You guys have been on here for a while. If you want to increase your profits and find the weaknesses of your competition in doing so, you will find the gaps and then you will fill those gaps. Very smart. Stop doing the labor part. You are past that stage. Sales and closing time for you. I believe you 100%. The reason I went back to doing the labor is because I've created a lie, a story in my head that's a lie. Of all the guys that I've had work for me, they destroy everything and do everything wrong. They can't do anything right. I've had people work for me that have cost me more money working for me than they made me. I'm like, I could have fucking did it myself. I buy a brand new $600 backpack blower. A guy puts straight gas in it and blows it up. Well, what the fuck? Then I have guys install like edging, and I come back from getting materials and it's all wavy. I have them rip it out and do it again after I taught them how to do it, and they install it wrong again. And then they install it wrong again and blow 4 hours doing the edging. And then they're putting mulch down on top of weeds that aren't even pulled yet. I said, no, you gotta pull all the weeds first. Like we taught, you've been doing this like 3 months, right? And when you trim the shrubs, you gotta shake the shrubs off before you put the mulch on, because the shrubs are gonna shake and it's gonna put little particles all over the mulch. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. I think that like anybody that I hire from now on, I want them to make sign a 6-page contract that says anything that they do, they're liable for it, and then they're totally fucked and they're going to have to pay for it. And they're going to be so scared to work for me, they're going to be like walking on eggshells. And I'll just sit there and laugh. But this is my thing. Like, as a boss, I'm probably I'm very cool, but I'm a very annoying to work for because I'm such a micromanager. Yeah, I'm actually willing to take on a partner in my business at this point now because I'm so sick and tired of dealing with, yeah, I just admitted that I'm a terrible judge of character. Yeah. So the one guy who works for me right now, he's my right-hand man. It's actually very counterintuitive. All these comments are coming in. So this guy, if you look at him just off of face value, you'd be like, that guy does not look like he should be doing any landscaping whatsoever at all. He looks like he should be like working behind a desk somewhere. This guy is the best guy that's ever worked for me ever. Everything he does is strategic, it's efficient, and he does it all right the first time. I literally don't have to say anything to him, and he like a robot. He just does it all right the first time. I barely have to correct anything or send him back to do anything, and it's because there's a lazy part of him that knows he doesn't want to go back and fix it, and he knows I'll send him back, so he does it right the first time. And when I have other guys, like we'll probably go up to like 3 guys right now. I'm about to start hiring. Yeah, that's the guy I need to make a foreman. I don't want to get into his business, but he doesn't want to take on the responsibility of it. And I'm always offering him shit. I'm like, dude, I'll pay you more. I'll give you this. You can have the truck. Like, we could be partners, dog. But I keep nudging him. He's just not ready for the responsibility. When I had Forrest working for me, he was driving a truck. He was doing good. But we were building out this brick wall around a property. It was like a retaining wall, but it wasn't a retaining wall. But anyways, all these nice bricks, like Forrest was like, rah! He was a good, strong guy, right? He had them stacked up on the dolly, because we were transporting the bricks on a dolly. And he was taking them and pushing the dolly over and, forcefully making all the bricks fall all over the sidewalk and chipping up all the corners of all the bricks, going, raw, and loading them. And I was so busy running around, I didn't realize that. I was going, whoa, stop. You just put chips all over this guy's fucking sidewalk and scratched his sidewalk and ruined 30% of all of the bricks. What the fuck are you doing? And then another time we were like ripping this huge shrub out from the side of a house, and it was right next to a gas meter. And he was directing me. I was in the truck pulling, and like, he was like, go, you're good. And when you're a business owner, everything is your fault. It's my fault, We almost ripped the gas meter right off this fucking house, dude. I was so scared. Consumers Energy showed up, and luckily they didn't charge me. They could have sent me a bill for $2,500. And it got me so paranoid having people work for me that I actually became like this insanely obsessed micromanager, where I was jumping over no, stop doing that. Stop, no. Like last fall, we're doing fall cleanups. This guy who's been working for me for 4 years, my customer's got a brand new BMW in the driveway. And you know how you can like weed whip all the cracks in a brick paver driveway? I hear ting, 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 ting. He's fucking weed whipping the cracks and blowing pebbles all over my customer's BMW. I run up and go, stop. He goes, what? He's like listening to like Master P or rap music. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? He goes, what? I'm like, dude, you're fucking shooting rocks all over my customer's car. What are you doing? If you were doing that, I was my customer, I would come out and I would fucking freak the fuck out on you, bro. I would lose my shit. And he goes, what? I'm like, dude, don't do that. And I looked, there was luckily like no scratches at all on this car somehow, right? But I also see guys like with the weed whip, they're just got their head down, and there could be like a lady walking with a baby stroller, and they'll be shooting fucking rocks all over the place. I'm like, no! Or guys will be flying with the rider, and the bagger will be on the back, and the ceramic coating, and they'll literally spin around. I'm spitting on myself, I'm so fired up. With, the bagger, when you put the bagger on, like the back of the mower has like an extra like 3 feet of mass on it. And you spin around, you can literally smoke the side of a house when you have the bagger on it. If there's like a newer guy in the rider he doesn't have like spider vision yet, and they will literally just run around just destroying shit. If it's been raining and there's like, look at me, I'm going into my hole, I'm getting triggered. If it's raining and there's ruts in the lawn, you don't drive a fucking rider on that. You put the rider away, you walk it, maybe get a walk behind. If you can't walk behind it, you get the push mower and you push mow it. If it's too wet, you take the weed whip or the trimmer and you just lightly trim it. And if you don't know how to use a trimmer, you just don't touch it. It's wet. They don't give a fuck. They just fucking put ruts. And then you ever go in a backyard and you see a fucking guy with his headphones on. He's listening to fucking Nickelback, right? And he's going like this. It won't work. The hydraulics are broken. The hydraulics are broken? What do you mean? And the motherfucker's sitting there in mud on the frame, on the mower, and the tires are just spitting mud all over the customer's fucking sunroom, and there's mud spitting all over the house, and they're like, it don't work! Like, what the fuck are you doing? So now you have to get out and like literally pull this rider, and the customer sitting on their brains, and the customer, like, how are you going to explain to the customer that it looks like you were literally going mud bogging in their backyard? Or when the guy's cutting the lawns, You're supposed to do like a different pattern every single week. If you keep doing the same fucking pattern on the lawn, you're going to start creating ruts. Unless you're specifically like doing it like trying to make your stripes or get a striping kit. But if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, I'm sorry. Here's another thing. You got garden beds. Wouldn't you want to like use a bagger or take 2 clockwise loops so you're not spitting all the grass into the garden beds? I'm gonna shut up, dude. I'm fucking freaking out. So let the president or vice president worry about the problems. Like, what business are you in, bro? I would love to have a vice president in my business. So in my digital media business, I have a 60% profit margin. That's enough money to be able to bring somebody in and be able to trust that we can grow this thing together. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I've been on here for almost an hour. This is crazy. I had an important meeting today get canceled. So I'm sitting here doing paperwork in my truck. I'm excited about this new mobile printer that's coming. Do I at least have a foreman? I did. I had one foreman, 3 different foremen. None of them worked out. I think it was the end of 2016. I found a metal container under my seat when I was cleaning out one of my work trucks. And I go, what the hell is this? And I open it up, and it was like Vicodin or painkillers or something. And I was like, there's fucking drugs in my work truck? And I sent the pictures to the guys that work for me, and they denied it. Of course they denied it. And I was like so freaked out. I said, if I get pulled over in Michigan and for some reason my truck gets searched, like, I'm the captain of my ship. You're the captain of your ship. If there's drugs on your ship, you're going down. And I was so pissed off and so angry and so upset that somebody I trusted who was apparently totally clean and didn't do drugs at all, you know, I don't know, I still don't know exactly who it was, but I think I know, had drugs in my vehicle. So that's when I'm like, that's it. I'm going to only subcontract. The guy's got to have his own insurance policy in his own vehicle, and I'm going to subcontract the work. So I don't know. That's when I really started seeing that, you know, vetting out employees properly and sending them for a drug screen and doing a background check and making them sign a stack of paperwork. So that's only one of many, many things that have happened in my business that have cost me a lot of money. That shows me if I grow this thing, I'm just growing like the chaos. What does your repairs, who does my repairs and maintenance? I don't want to tell you because you guys are going to fucking freak out on me. Okay, if I have a newer piece of equipment that needs maintenance, I drop it off at the local shop and they charge me an arm and leg. But if it really, really needs maintenance, I literally just give it away, or I throw it away, or I just leave it somewhere where somebody else can get it. I don't care about maintaining equipment. I'll go buy a brand new one. I don't give a shit. I hate maintaining and working on equipment. I don't have time for it. I'm sure you have most of your ducks in order. Can you imagine most guys? Oh. Yeah. So as soon as I get off work every day, aside from following up with clients and making sure everything's paid for and taken care of, I get directly to work on my digital media business every single day. I made more money last year in my digital media business working 10 hours a week or less than I made the entire year working 55 to 60 hours a week in my landscaping and window cleaning business. So that's why. So I say I get off work, I can fuck with a stupid pair of shrub trimmers for 3 hours and take the carburetor apart and sit there and clean it out and make no money. Or I can give it to a shop and have them fix it for $100 or throw the fucking thing in the garbage, and then I can go make $125 an hour pure profit in my digital media business. Like, you choose. So you get to the point where you're like losing, how many businesses do I have? Landscaping, window cleaning, my Green World Publishing, information product business, and then my digital media business. 4 different things. Why don't I quit landscaping and only do digital media? Because a part of me likes landscaping. I like the challenge. I want to figure this thing out. Okay, drop all but digital media. That's what my accountant says. My accountant's also a business consultant. He looked at my tax returns. I just did my taxes like last month, and he goes, "The fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, 28% profit margin, 60% profit margin. Follow him for free equipment. 2 years ago, I put over $5,000 worth of equipment right next outside to a dumpster. And the next day I came by and it was all gone. I was so happy because people picked it up. They probably fixed it and used it. It was like old, like, it was just stuff that needed maintenance. And I've spent hours trying to fix shit and it's not worth my time. So, and another thing is, yeah. My props is the president and generate for them and the crews while in my PJs at home. Oh, that's awesome. Generating business, yeah. How is Yardbook working out? I haven't used it yet. I heard it's really good. Tax write-off. Lawn care crews seen for Chicago. Upgrade equipment or hire help? Which would you do first? Upgrade equipment. The first thing I would do is get, obviously, a dump truck and a chipper and a frickin' dingo immediately, because it's an employee that never calls in sick. Do you know how many times the guys that have worked for me, we've got a big sod job on Saturday, and on Friday evening, I'm like, you need to be here tomorrow. I will buy you lunch. I will give you guys extra money. You have to be here. I'm laying sod on Saturday by myself, and I have, like a family event to be to that evening, by myself, covered in dirt, dripping in sweat, calling them over and over, and they're not picking up the phone. And then they call me at 3 p.m. Oh, I'm sorry, dog. I fucking went out last night. I got all fucked up, and I don't even know what happened, dog. What? You do digital marketing and tree work sales? That's exactly what I'd love to do. You never thought you would be so happy? Yardbook is amazing. I gotta check that out. Where's Forrest? Forrest went to the Army and I haven't heard from him. I'm a little nervous because I've tried to get a hold of him. He was awesome, man. He was a genius, too. Very smart guy. You've been where I'm at? Sent me to the hospital with a panic attack. Not as much now, but every summer, I have like one nervous breakdown per summer where there's so much on my plate that I start getting really sick mentally. I should post a giveaway for my old stuff. Yeah, people say that. They get mad. Dude, you should give that stuff away. Do you know how much work and time it takes to take pictures of it and then post it and then do a giveaway? When you have so much shit on your fucking plate at once, and there's so many calls coming, so much shit, you're like fucking buried under an avalanche of all this shit. And the people are like, you should do this, you should do that. At some point, you have to literally just cut it. Like I said, if there's enough money coming in to be able to hire people to process all that, then you're good. So that's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck on a plateau in my business. I'm stuck. Yeah, a dingo is badass. Yeah. So that's what digital media and consulting. It's a lot of stuff I don't even talk about on this channel about like sales funnels and ads and marketing. Hope Forrest is okay. Yeah, me too. Yeah, the problem with being a nice guy. I remember, I think maybe last summer I hired a guy. We were doing like this $10,000 landscape job install with rocks and everything. I hired this guy at $15 an hour to be a foreman. He came from a huge landscape company, and he told me everything I wanted to hear